Come on in, welcome to my home. It's the healing home and eventually, hopefully, the labyrinth home, because I'd love to put a labyrinth. If you've known me in my life, or if this is your first time to get to know me, I am a way maker. I try to help people find their ways. I've always tried to give more and be conscious of that, and I've been led to this house and think that this is going to be a wonderful place for family and friends to come and spend time and gather and heal. Come on in. This home, I think, is about 105 years old. This is the living room and dining room were added at a later time, and thank you for some of the weird things. But if you look at the floor, we found lovely maple hardwood floors. It does have kind of a craftsman feel with the built-ins. There was a built-in over here in the dining room, but it was built stick by stick and came out in shreds. Every rafter ceiling joist is undersized for the span, and the lumber has been notched, which kind of makes it less sturdy. So all these have to be sistered, which means they're going to take another beam, cut it, and attach it. So when it's all said and done, it will be the best house ever. Again, at least if you look at the joist size in the ceiling, you can see in the dining room that, I don't know if that's a 2 by 8. And then if you come into the living room, I think they're smaller. And if you look up at the corners, they didn't support anything anywhere. They notched things out all over. There are no headers in any of the windows. There are no cripples if you do building. The windows are all painted shut, and no screens, even if they were openable. But I still love this house. Come on in to the family room, or I'm not sure what this would have been. It's going to be hopefully a family room. And if we look up in the ceiling here, we can see that this was the exterior wall of the original house. This was the original stairway to go upstairs, and they took some panel wallpapered kitchen cabinet boards and filled the hole up, and they didn't quite connect the rafters. If you look over here, you can see how there's only 1 inch of the old rafter. It's all been cut away from the stairway, and the span is way too long to support the floor in the house. So this too needs to be all sistered. If we walk right in here, there actually was, this width was a closet door, and I'm a sturdy girl, and so I could get the girls in side by side. And we come in, we didn't notice this till we took the paneling down, but the stair is not even connected. The stair is only supported on one side, which the more work we do, the creakier it gets. And most of the nails they ran through don't even hit the step. If we come into the bathroom, they cut the shower drain right through a main supporting beam for this side of the house. And this bathroom floor drops 3.5 inches. They also had a particle board floor. They had about 3 inches of floors in here that got wet, so they kept putting plywood on top of it. But we did have a lovely harvest gold toilet in here, and if you stood in the kitchen over here and looked in, it was as though the kitchen had a toilet in it. Hoping to change that. If you come in the kitchen is in pretty good shape. They did a good job, but look under the cabinet, you can see how the floors have sunken down. If you look at the left of the oven, they have furred that way out because it's settling, so I need to have some support. Let's take you down to the basement. At my back door, the building to the back is an outdoor entrance. It was built, I think, in the 60s or 50s. And it was built so close to the house that you cannot open the door, which means getting stuff in and out is going to be real special. Into my basement and see my nice steep stairs that are only connected on the wall side. The good side is the owners before me put a wonderful ever dry system, so we'll never get water in the basement. But if you come over here, we took the shop wall down, and this is the main support beam under the bathroom, crumbled into pieces. If you look over here, if you know anything about it, every time you notch a beam, you make it weaker. This is the main support beam for the bathroom, and the plumber drilled and notched out a hole in the center of the beam instead of moving the shower over a couple inches, and so that beam is not effective. This was the major support for the basement, and at one time in the land of heating, they took a chainsaw and just cut the center of that beam right out, which makes it ineffective. The owner said that they always had trouble in the family room with it being cold, and this may be why. The vent is not quite attached. If you can look up here, this is not supporting at all. I bought a bunch of jacks and have a contractor coming in to fix it. But there's a space, so that's doing nothing. Another structure that's gone, there used to be a coal room over here, and they took the structural wall out, and they only have like 2x6s in here to support the long spans upstairs, which is not enough. That's my basement. Take upstairs, these are the steps that are only connected on one side in the main support beam. And they use any kind of wood in any kind of shape, look at the joint there, to fix it. And a lot of studs were short. These are not really tied to anything, but it's holding up a wall. We're moving right into the bedroom, and if you look up, they're very undersized ceiling joists. And there was a new roof. You might be able to see strand board up there, but they didn't support it right, and we would never have known had we not taken everything down. They put a brace that's ineffective on this bedroom ceiling joist, so that pushes the weight, transfers the weight load from the center of the roof down to the ceiling joist. And over on the stair wall, when we took the plaster and lath down, now our wall is no longer attached. Lovely closets. We have good closets everywhere. There's a real sketchy back entryway, the one that impedes opening the kitchen back door area. So it's kind of everything off level. You're walking at least a 15-20 degree angle down the stairs. This was a solid wall over here going to the stairway. That's going to be a railing halfway up with spindles. It's going to open up the space and give us circulation and energy flow. The steps that we go up now are from the new addition, because the part we are in now is part of the original house. They added the front of the house. Nice work of beam extension around the old rafter. And look at the ceiling. They just took whatever lumber they could and scabbed it together. The OBDC has done most of the demo. OBD stands for Old Broad Demo Crew. Myself, I'm 61. My best friend since middle school, Michelle Petrowski, and a good friend, Linda Patrick. If you take a span, look how much has been demoed on every floor. I'll show you how it's done in case you've never done this. I'm going to put some glasses on, and I'm going to put my mask on. First you have to take the lath off, and this is how you do it. This is a 12-ounce hammer, but it hits like a 20-ounce. So it's really balanced. So I'm going to put my mask on. First you go through and knock all the plaster off. So I'm going to do a little bit more, and then I'll show you how we get the lath off. That's just a demo. So that's what we do first. Then we clean up that mess. I've got to get a piece started. I got to get my flat bar. In case you want to see, I don't have pretty hands or a manicure. It's not going to happen. And that's how that is. I thought you'd have fun seeing that. We filled up 2 30-yard dumpsters with plaster. So it takes a lot of work. This is probably the most shocking room of all. So prepare yourself. Ta-da! One room we don't have to do anything to. It's a beautiful room. cabinet was against the wall, but I had to take it out to demo the upper staircase. The upstairs bathroom, this is what we found in the ceiling. I think she's the keeper of the house. If you look straight back on the stairway, I had to move that cabinet out of the way. We won't take you down the back stairway because that's a little bit too scary.